Throwing a cocktail party does seem daunting, but this is my secret. I only make 2 appetizers and I assemble the rest. And then I don't have to spend a week getting ready for it. So I've made 1 other appetizer, and now I'm making Parmesan thyme crackers. They sound complicated, because who makes crackers? But they're so easy and delicious. I'm gonna start with a 1/4 pound of butter. It has to be room temperature, it's really important. I'm just gonna put it on low speed just to mix it up. And then, next thing is Parmesan. So a chunk of Parmesan, I need 4 ounces, about 1 cup of grated Parmesan. I use really good Reggiano cheese. Got that sort of peppery, wonderful, edgy flavor. I do the grating in the food processor. I'll show you. This is no stress Parmesan. Noisy, but no stress. You want to be sure it's very finely ground so you don't have big pieces of Parmesan in the crackers. So that's perfect, finely ground. So I need 4 ounces of Parmesan cheese. Just be sure you buy a bigger piece because you end up with a rind. And it's about 1 cup, so I'm just gonna measure it. Whoa. Nobody ever said I was a neat cook. And just put it in with the butter and let that mix up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get the thyme ready. So I need 1 teaspoon of thyme leaves. Peel them right off the stems. This is the time for fresh herbs. It really makes all the difference in the world. Dry herbs just don't have the same kind of flavor or sort of freshness about them. Okay, so just give this a big rough chop. Okay, that should be about a teaspoon. Just right into the mix. Salt and pepper, always important. So 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I use kosher salt. You can smell the Parmesan, it's great. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And then flour. I need 1 1/4 cups of flour. Just add it slowly. This is why it's really important for the butter to be room temperature. If it's too cold, it'll never mix in properly. So this is mixing up. It's a little crumbly. And actually, if the water content of the butter is low, I add a little bit of extra water, and then it'll all come together nicely. That's actually always true about shortbread, I find, whether it's sweet or savory. If the butter is a little bit dry, it won't actually pull together, and you want to make a nice dough. So that's just perfect. Okay. I love this kind of hors d'oeuvre because I can make the roll in advance, leave it in the refrigerator, and then just slice it and bake for cocktails. Floury board. So I want to make a 9-inch roll. Pull the dough together and just roll it out until it's 9 inches long, and then it'll be exactly the right diameter. Okay, so that should be perfect. Just gonna wrap them up in plastic wrap. I'm gonna refrigerate it until it's really firm, and then, just before serving them, I'm gonna bake them, and they're gonna be so good. Into the fridge until they're nice and chilled, so they're really firm. Then slice them 3/8 inch thick, put them on a sheet pan, parchment paper, into the oven, 350 degrees for 22 minutes exactly, and they're gonna be perfect. So this is the 4th hors d'oeuvre out of 6, Parmesan and thyme crackers. I just let them cool a little on the tray. Pretty platter, and I'm done. The last 2, we're talking store-bought, but that doesn't mean they're not delicious. I'm gonna start with shrimp and Russian dressing. It's a great combination.